Question number one. What's your name? What year were you born? And are you or are you not my father?
My name is Stuart. I was born in 1960, and I am Brody's father.
How did you witness the fall of the Berlin Wall, November 1991?
I was living in San Francisco, and I remember watching it live on television.
What was your first reaction to the fall of the Berlin Wall?
I was thinking back to my childhood, what it was like learning about how the wall was built, who built it, and why it was built during the peak of the Cold War, and how amazing it was that the Cold War seemed to be ending right in front of our faces.
At the time, did you think that it would affect you in any way? If so, how?
I was a little bit nervous that something went wrong, such as perhaps the communist East Germans suddenly mobilizing and cracking down, that there could be a major confrontation and perhaps even a nuclear war.
Okay. What were you told about the event in school, the news, or any other way?
Well, the news, I graduated already, but the news was very exciting. They were explaining that history was being made as we watched it, and how prophetic it was that President Reagan had challenged the Soviet premier to tear down the wall only 2 years earlier. And then there it was in 1991 coming down in front of our face. But it was coming down in an unorganized way. It seemed to be young people with sledgehammers and maybe a random farmer with a tractor pushing it down bit by bit. It was a little bit nerve-wracking.
Was did it directly affect you in any way? Like, did anything change about you or stuff like that?
Well, it definitely evolved into the end of the Cold War and the collapse of the Soviet Union. And it did seem like a weight was lifted from my shoulders and everyone else's when the Cold War eventually evaporated. I suppose emotionally it impacted everyone.
Was this any different from what you had witnessed or thought yourself, like through when you were watching it? Like, was anything said differently than what you had witnessed or thought yourself, or was it all the same?
No, I think the coverage was pretty fair. I think we were watching CNN at the time, and it was, I think the reporters were excellent, objective, and they had a broad range of people commenting, diplomats, generals, professional news media.
Was there anything biased being said, like in your opinion? If so, what was it?
I think there might have been a equivocation of both our leaders, President Bush at the time, and the premier of the Soviet Union somehow being on equal footing for ending the Cold War and both receiving equal credit, when in fact, I think the United States, working with its allies, really forced the Soviet Union into allowing the people, for the most part, to tear down the wall. It wasn't really the East Germans or the Soviets that tore it down. It was more that they stopped
All right, thank you.
protecting it.
Did you notice any long-term effects or anything else different, like with anything?
Well, I think the major impact of the fall of the wall and the ending of the Cold War was a huge reduction in the military budget. And in theory, that would have freed up more money to help the people instead of maintaining a very, very expensive military. I suppose it paved the way for prolonged expansion, and that benefited everyone.
Is your view on the topic any different all these years later, or is it the same?
I think it's the same. I think it was a very nervous time that something could go wrong, but fortunately everything seemed to go right.
At the time, did it seem like very important, or did it kind of gain importance, like after it happened, or was it always a very big thing?
It seemed very important, and these communist countries seemed to be collapsing one by one every week or two. Hungary, Czechoslovakia, Eastern Germany, Poland. It was amazing. It felt like a month wouldn't go by with another government collapse.
Do you think you have more information which like created a stronger opinion on it now or back then?
I think the only new thing that I've learned about the time is that President Bush was very, very careful not to gloat, not to spike the football when the Cold War ended. And I think that really wise decision. And it kept the Soviets from trying to reconstitute themselves and retake those territories.
How do you think the other countries that were either involved in it or closer to the Berlin Wall, how do you think they reacted to the fall of the Berlin Wall? Like, was it different
Well, I know
than...
that they were ecstatic in Germany. Of course, Germany was divided between communist East Germany and free West Germany. And shortly after the fall of the wall and the end of the Cold War, Germany was reunified and became one country again. And that impacted families that were divided between East and West, and it led the way to huge prosperity in Eastern Germany as West Germany stepped up and helped the economy get back on its feet in less than 10 years.
Did anybody you know or like came across, did anybody have a different opinion than you that maybe you didn't agree with or stuff like that?
No, I've never really come across anyone that felt any different about it. We have lots of friends that are from Eastern Europe and Russia that were directly impacted. But of course, the people we come in contact in America are loving freedom and escape that communist nation and are completely seeing those events the same way we do, or that I do.
Why do you think this was such a big event?
Well, it led to the freedom of hundreds of millions of people that were suffering under the boot of communism for decades and decades, really since the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917, when the czars were dethroned and murdered by the Bolshevik communists.
Do you or do you not think that Miss Halverson should give Brody Hayes an A on this wonderful project?
I'm thinking Miss Halverson should give Brody an A on this project.
Alright, thank you, Stuart Hayes.